At first, it may seem very scary, the presence process, but over time, if somebody's willing to dive deep within the side of themselves and flesh out the parts of themselves that they're not willing to face, the parts of themselves that they throw onto other people, and they blame other people, and we blame other people for our discrepancies and our shortcomings. And if you're really willing to look at all of those projections and face yourself deep down inside, at first it's very scary and it's hard, but after a while it becomes the only way to be. It becomes this most beautiful awakening process inside of you, where you actually begin to find yourself, and you actually get to find yourself inside of other people, because you see that we're all going through the same process together. And it's so amazing. It never ceases to amaze me how life is stranger than fiction, man. It really is. You can't make this stuff up. Uh, you live your life and you feel so isolated and alone, and like you're going through these things independently, and you find out that actually everybody around you is going through the same thing, and we're going through it as a collective, and you don't feel alone anymore, and you actually feel safe. And when you feel safe, you feel willing to share your process with other people, and that's when the magic really starts to happen, and that's when the deep reflection really starts to happen. And that's why at first it's really scary, but then it becomes really beautiful, because then you actually start to really see the beauty within other people. You start to see the beauty within yourself, and you start to see that we all really actually want the same thing, and that we're all moving towards the same goal, which is just like a sense of peace, a sense of contentment, being content, feeling and almost like a childlike state with the wisdom of an adult, a state of awe and wonder, always learning and growing and seeking to connect. And that's what we are, and that's what this shadow process, this deep dive really is all about. And that's why it becomes so beautiful and so amazing. And the genuine smiles and hugs and love that you will receive from your fellow time travelers when you decide to go deep inside yourself and start to face these ucky parts of your being. And you start to see that these parts of yourself are not really such an ucky part, as much as they're just under nurtured, they're under loved, they're underappreciated, and they just need to come out so that they can be I don't want to say dealt with, that they could be integrated with, and that we could be whole, because we really are a whole being. Every single one of us is a whole being, completely and uniquely. As much as the universe is, we are all a unique expression, and we are all completely whole. And it's our lives as we grow that make us feel like we're fragmented. And some people would call that soul fragmentation, which basically just means that parts of your consciousness and parts of your energetic being are scattered across time and space within your own mind. And then you don't have access to yourself, and you feel scattered, and you get things like schizophrenia and multi-personality disorders and things such as this, because you've fractaled yourself through different aspects of your consciousness. And so this presence process is bringing all of our fractured pieces back together on the inside, all of our fractured pieces of ourselves as the community, bringing the fractured pieces of the energies of the planet and so on in the universe, and we start to become whole again. It's inevitable. We're all moving in the same direction, even if it doesn't seem like it. We truly are all moving in the same direction. So, yeah, I just wanted to share this minute reflection about how really it's time to be brave. It's time to go ahead and face ourselves and face the mirror that is inside of everybody, the mirror that is the reflection of our reality, that is a holographic universe that is projected back to us. We are to face this reflection and integrate all the pieces so that we move back to wholeness and unity. So, yeah, thank you, family, for taking the time again to sit there and listen to this barefoot bunned man out in the woods, and I hope and I love you, and yeah, I would love love to hear about anybody else's presence process. If anybody would like to share in a comment, or if anybody would like to talk about what helps them get back to a place of presence and love, maybe a tool that works for you. One tool that works for me that I've been working on, and I practice it throughout the day when I'm not in a bad mood or when I'm not really needing the medicine, so to speak. Because I find that if I've been practicing this throughout the day, that when I find that I need it, then it's actually something that is in my tool belt for utilization. So what I've been doing is I've been breathing 3 times with my attention and my focus directly into my heart. And so instead of filling up my lungs or filling up my stomach, I just breathe into my heart 3 times. Yeah. And then after that, now that I feel that my energy has been brought into my heart, into my chest, I feel more present with myself. I feel more present with my surroundings and anybody that I may feel like I need to interact with or to encounter the next event, situation that's coming. I feel now I'm at my center. And so I've been finding that when I use this throughout the day, and then when I get into a tough spot when my emotions are starting to boil up and I start to feel frustrated, now I can, 3 times into my heart. So yeah, this is what I've been trying. If anybody else has any tips or advice on how we can share and we can bring ourselves back to our 0 point, to our heart, and yeah, let's share these tips and advice. And thank you, family. I love you guys, and have a wonderful day. And I can't wait to talk to you again soon.